I purposely created this channel to create a safe space, a safe haven, free of judgment, free of illusions, free of distortion, free of low vibrations. My channel is for me to express myself as well as connect, promoting and encouraging the art of healing. And for me, I'm naturally guided towards and attracted to animals, homeless people, kids, children, nature, the ocean. These are just a couple of my healing methods, right? As I heal myself, I put out that vibration and I walk in it. But I have a message that came to me just now, and I'm gonna try to channel it, to the best of my ability. I actually had an issue getting ready to start this live just a second ago. I guess I was like doing it with someone, like an invitation, like 2 people instead of just me. So I understand that I'm not alone on this journey I'm on this walk of life, on this path that I've chosen, because there are many ways of getting to your destination, but there are only 2 paths. You can choose the path that is pushed on you, the path that is out there in the media, the path that is known by most, the path to destruction, or you can choose a path to eternal life, and that's the path that I've chosen. So it's very important to keep in mind that, how do I say this to the best of my ability? When Satan and his minions and his demons know that they can't touch you, they will touch and try to interfere with what you're doing. They'll touch things around you. So like your family, your friends, your finances, right? It's a matter of understanding that you are so protected, right? You have to allow anything that is not rooted in God to leave. Because if there is no strong foundation in God, and God is simply love, God is simply connection. If there is not a strong foundation in God, where there is connection, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be hatred, it's going to be jealousy, it's going to be enviousness, it's going to be death, it's going to be low vibrations that keep you from reaching your highest potential, that keep you from understanding your full complete self, which is light and dark, because we come from both. There's darkness as well as light within us. It's a matter of how you choose to respond to things, how you choose to view things, and how you choose to move, right? You can either move with love, or you can move off of hatred. If that's what you choose, you have free will. I'm not here to judge anybody, but it's best to allow these things that are not rooted within God or love to remove itself, because if you keep it around you, even though you are protected, if you keep it around you, you create distortions of the mind. You create illusions. You open yourself up to unwanted energies, unwarranted energies. You open yourself up to spirits to try to attach themselves to you, because the goal should always be to be attached to nothing and connected to everything. And you do that by being aware of, you cannot serve 2 masters at once. Even though people try, that is why there is constant conflict. That's why it's not smooth sailing. That's why there's no balance. It's why yeah, I do yoga. Love from India. Hello. Hi, my name is T. I've changed my name a couple of times because titles don't mean anything to me. It's all about your spirit. How are you showing up? How are you treating yourself? Because you're supposed to love yourself and you love your neighbor. You treat your neighbor as you would yourself. It's as simple as that. Even if people are not kind, you still be kind, because that's your essence, that's your magic, that's your divinity. Stay rooted and grounded within yourself. That way you can continue to go wherever you get led with a light heart, and you can move freely. I have seen a lot of things, and I'm only 29. I've felt a lot, I've seen a lot, and I've heard a lot. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful because it's opened my eyes up to whatever I was confused about in the past. And with this knowledge and this experience, now I can put it out to help others see a little better. Because the thing about light is when you turn it on, you see things for what they are. No more rose-colored glasses. I've seen so-called friends be enemies, self-proclaimed enemies. They were that way the entire time, but it took something either drastic or something really blatantly in my face to happen for me to accept it for what it was, rather than me trying to dress it as something or sugarcoat it as something that it was not. I've seen family members, just because they're family, it does not mean that these are your kinfolk. Lovers, you could be sleeping with the enemy. You could be... Man, there's so many ways that Satan and his demons will try to attack you when they know that they cannot physically touch you. People can hold you up energetically. That means spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, even money. That's a currency, right? But it's an energetic-based relationship. So if you are keeping low vibrational energies around you, whatever you're trying to do, wherever you're trying to go, if you keep these energies around, their energy spills over into yours and it taints you. It slows you down. It keeps you held up. Karmic. Demons. Some people are actually working for the dark side, whether you believe it or not, just like some people are working for the light side. And again, it's nothing to pass judgment on. It's just to accept it and move accordingly. The goal is to protect yourself to the best of your ability and to keep your head held high with doing so, to fix your crown every time it kind of shifts a little bit, because you got to know who you are. When you know who you are, you know that nothing, no place, no thing, no one can faze you, because you're rooted in your self-love. You're rooted in the love that we were created in. You're rooted in the love that's been given to you. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. Yes, self-discipline. The biggest thing I've learned since my father's passing, which was 3 years ago, patience. Whatever I was lacking in patience, I've accepted to have it, and understanding that I'm not in control of anything. We all have a day to go, so death is nothing to be afraid of, nothing to even feel sorry or sad about. I mean, that's a natural emotion, but just as it comes, allow it to go, because seasons change, people, things, places change, but the truth never fades, right? It may get more intense, it may get more loud, it may be more hidden, or it may be more out there. It's a matter of how you view it. Yeah, I just wanted to put out this message that when Satan knows that he cannot touch you, he will start to touch things around you. So make sure you are adjusting to whatever information gets brought to the forefront. I don't know if you could hear the dog that just barked outside, but that's confirmation. If a so-called friend gets revealed to not be a friend, release them. If a so-called romantic lover or interest or partner gets revealed to not be what they were trying to facade as, to mask up as, to portray, let them go, because the energy you keep around you, in return, it subconsciously gets embedded in your DNA, and you start to mimic those behaviors, you start to mimic those traits, you start to mimic those patterns, you start to mimic their way of living. Even though you know who you are, you've allowed it to spill over into your temple. People, places, and things, be wary of what you're listening to, be wary of what you're entertaining, be wary of what you're eating. I've noticed with fatty foods or certain foods that are very heavy, I feel weighed down, I don't feel energized, I feel like I want to take a nap. There's nothing wrong with indulging, but you want to make sure you can do what you want, but keep an open mind, be mindful of what you are feeding to yourself. That's energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. If you're feeding just junk food to yourself, don't be surprised that that's how you move, that's how you operate, that's how you show up in the world, that's how you're performing, right? If you are trying your best to include a diet of more greens, more fruits, more water, water has been my best friend. And I've been drinking water like on a regular basis since I was probably, I would say 18, because I come from a warehouse. I was at a warehouse for like almost 5 years, and water helped me stay awake on those 10, sometimes 11-hour shifts. And now that I have a little bit of more freedom in my schedule, water is still my go-to. So you can drink, right? You can partake in these things, but don't allow it to become a vice, because too much of anything can easily become a bad thing. What else did I need to say before I get off? I'm sending you love, light, healing vibrations. Oh, because I need to charge my phone. I was charging it, but I'm actually going to get ready to go to work. So, yeah, my phone was getting ready to die on my last live. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe somebody needs to get recharged. Maybe that's why I have this. Maybe you have to unplug, reboot, clean out your modem, your system, which is your temple, your mind, your body, and your soul, because everything is closely and directly connected and related to each other. If you are not okay in one area, it's going to tie into another area. Make sure you're checking in on yourself on a daily basis. Speak to yourself, be kind to yourself, use affirmations, ask yourself, how are you doing? And if you don't feel you're doing okay, take note of that and make sure you come back to address that later if you can't do it right then and there. Not everybody who smiles means you well. Not everybody who says that they're your friend is an actual friend. Not everybody who sends you heart emojis or gives you a like, it doesn't mean that these people they love you, they're lighthearted, and they mean you well. Do not get thrown off by any illusions in the world. I did a short recently, because I received confirmation before I even did the video, which is why I did it on my end. Your crown chakra needs to be protected, right, to the best of your ability, which means do not put yourself in situations of where you could be potentially harmed. Don't sign yourself up to be in harm's way. Your third eye is under attack. Your throat could be under attack. It took me a long time before I started using my voice in the way I'm using it now, because I didn't have the confidence that I had to work on. Now that I've been working on it day in and day out, I can speak. I can be obedient to what I get told to release, because the information is not mine to keep. It's helped me. It's going to help somebody else, and hopefully they take what they need and leave what they don't. The saying goes, take what resonates. If it's not your story, don't force it. We are all at different points in our journeys. Some will be able to relate, some will never relate, and some will relate in due time. So just keep the compassion, keep the empathy, keep the sympatheticness. You can do it for yourself, you can do it for others. It does not mean you have to put up with it. It doesn't mean you even have to entertain it. It's about accepting what is and being at peace with it, right? Is there anything you want me to say before I close out this message? Yeah, crown chakra protected, third eye protected, throat protected, your root. Your root helps you stand on business. So again, do not allow any illusions in the world, any person, place, or thing to take you out of alignment, and don't remove yourself from alignment either, because this helps you remain grounded and understanding of what your purpose, what your calling, what your mission is. And be kinder to yourself in the process. Go take yourself for a walk. Go take yourself on a date. I literally just did that yesterday. I was told to take myself on a date beforehand, and I happened to do it yesterday. I try to do it as often as possible. And a date doesn't mean you have to spend money. A date doesn't mean you have to go to a restaurant. A date doesn't mean you have to go to certain places and be around certain things. A date can be you having and putting time aside for yourself to pour into yourself intentionally, consciously, presently, and just admiring who you are, who you've become. And use the elements. They are here to help you. The sun is the sun for a reason. The moon is the moon for a reason. I've noticed whenever I feel too low, if I go outside, the sun shines directly on me, and I'm sure that's part of my calling. Because God is telling me we don't have time for that. It's okay to feel those emotions, but make sure you let them go. Whatever you don't understand, let it go. Maybe you will understand it eventually, maybe you never will, but everything serves a purpose. And majority of the time, what I've realized, sometimes the low vibrational energies that we're battling, as well as the spiritual battles that we face on a daily, the mental battles that we face on a daily, the emotional battles that we face on a daily, sometimes they're not even ours. They've been sent our way, and because we're strong enough to overtake it, we do. But just because you're strong, it doesn't mean you have to deal with it, doesn't mean you have to put up with it. Return it back to sender. I transmute and alchemize, and I've realized, I was told I'm not always supposed to do that, right? Because sometimes the energy specifically needs to be sent back so this person, place, or thing can own whatever frequencies and vibrations and wavelengths they've been transmitting, they've been putting out. You know what I mean? Spend time to get to know yourself. Spend time with being kinder to yourself. I know I'm not the only person who has dealt with bad things, bad people. And although it takes time to release, I'm not allowing that to stop me from enjoying my present moment. I'm not even allowing that to stop me from embracing my future when it comes. I'm here right now. There's no telling if I'm going to make it to the future. But what I can do is be present in this moment. I can love this moment. I can be thankful in this moment. I can be grateful in this moment. I can understand that I am everything that I need. I have everything that I need. And I will continue to receive more of that as time progresses, because I've chosen to make good decisions for myself. And I pray this on you. I pray that you are bettering yourself. I pray that you are healing yourself. I pray that you are forgiving yourself, as well as these people, places, and things. I pray you are returning back to sender any energies that have been taking a toll on your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. I pray that you understand what energy is yours, what energy is not yours. And I pray for your groundedness. I pray for your oneness. I pray for your serenity, your courage, and your wisdom. I pray that you are able to smile more often than not. I pray that you are able to laugh more often than not. I pray you allow yourself to get guided to where you're supposed to go, to do what you're supposed to be doing, and to run after sunsets and passions, not people, places, and things. You cannot serve two masters, and although people try, it never works out. You are going to have destruction and chaos in areas of your life if you don't have alignment with understanding that we are in control of nothing other than what we respond to, right? Whatever comes our way is going to come our way, but how we respond, we put a final stamp on. This is our essence. Okay, if this is not a good vibration and I respond in a vibration that is not suited within myself, guess what? I just stole joy. I just stole peace. I just stole happiness. I just stole a little bit of my longevity from myself, and I gave it to this person, place, or thing. Thank you for tuning in. For whoever gets guided to this video, sending you warm hugs, kisses, love, light, healing vibrations. I pray that you're able to play more often. Allow your inner child to run freely, run wildly, run carefreely. You know, just bask in the fact that you're present, you're here. And a lot of people didn't get grace or mercy or strength to wake up today. A lot of people are gone. A lot of people will continue to leave. But in the moments that you have, I pray you make it count. I pray that you find that sometimes when you have an energy that is too big for this world, there are going to be a lot of things that come your way, but continue to tune into that energy anyway. Continue to embrace the power within you, which is love. You put that out, you give it to yourself,